John.
Yes, financial accounting, CFOs, it's all part of a team. And bookkeepers are just as important as accountants and CFOs, but they're separate levels of accounting. So the bookkeeper will record transactions, a good accountant will analyze the data for commercial decision making, and one level that we pride ourselves, as I mentioned before, is the VCFO. There's many small to medium-sized businesses and maybe even a bit larger businesses that can't afford a CFO. Some can only afford a bookkeeper, some can stretch out to an accountant. But overall, what we can offer is a service to make you feel as though you have a CFO overlooking your bookkeepers, accountants, and your financial management.
One of the things where you are looking at a bookkeeper or an accountant and considering, is it time to switch? Do they understand your business? Does your bookkeeper understand your business? Does your accountant understand your business? Are you communicating with your accountant from time to time? We at Pacific Accounting talk to our clients weekly, fortnightly, monthly. It never goes by that we don't talk to our customers. It's important in that way that we absolutely understand the business, because if you don't understand the business, how do you get your allocation of expenses correct? How do you understand your cash flow and provide your clients with a cash flow forecast without understanding the business? This takes place by introducing appropriate systems applicable to your business. I did mention that there are lots of applications around, but you need to understand your processes, your systems, and does this actually work for you?
So getting commercial advice from your accountant is just, it sounds like it rolls off the tongue easily, but it's so important. Your accountant has got to give you accurate, timely information for you to make commercial decisions. And being able to measure your accountant's level of service is such an important aspect of this whole reporting and accuracy and managing businesses. Can your accountant, does he or she understand your business enough, as Kevin mentioned? Do they understand the importance of accurate information? Can you make a decision? Is your accountant on your right-hand side when you're making decisions? And that is so important to running a business.
Next slide, Angela. Okay, so as we mentioned, this topic is, which we're talking about now, is science. Is it time to change your accountant or your bookkeeper? The first thing which comes to mind is, have you received an outstanding notice from the ATO? This is the most embarrassing thing which a client could receive. It tells me that your accounting records may not be necessarily up to date. It tells me maybe we haven't lodged the right form at this point in time. But it does cause an embarrassment. It's not so much that we should be afraid of the ATO. It's more important that you are receiving accurate, timely results. And you can quite easily see this if you are receiving a penalty notice from the ATO or a reminder that you haven't lodged your workers' compensation. And I go back again to this concept is, how often are you talking to your accountant or bookkeeper? If you are not talking to them on a regular basis, certainly you should be. Ask the questions. Why haven't I received my best return? Where are my management accounts? Why aren't we paying up our staff on time? This clearly is signs that your accountant or bookkeeper is really just not coping with the current situation. An interesting comment which comes up on a regular basis, that business people don't always understand financial jargon. Or if I put it another way around, we use terminology and we don't explain why we are using this terminology, and therefore our customers don't understand what's going on. Typical question which comes up is, I made a profit last year, but I've got no cash. They don't understand that profit and cash are two different concepts. Or why have I received this compliance notice for not lodging my return? Why am I paying PAYG installments? Everybody understands what PAYG is, pay as you go. But suddenly I've made a profit and now I have this PAY installment to pay as well. We use jargon, we use terminology, and we don't properly explain this to clients. The next point to consider is what happens if your accountant retires or gets sick? Do you know where all your financial records are stored? Who has access to these particular records? And if you do, and if you are looking for a new accountant, where do you start looking for one? Our suggestion would be that you ask your friends, family, colleagues, business associates for a referral. That's always a good place to start. If somebody recommends an accountant to you, that's a really a heads up. Alternatively, you can go onto Google and do a Google search and you'll find somebody in your local area. But I always suggest that check their references and maybe ask for referrals from some of your partners.